Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Three Dads and a Console. We know not every dad can stay up to date on the latest and greatest in video game news that you need to know about. So we are here to do it for you.
We're in shambles already.
I think it's the Arnar that threw him off. Like, he didn't know what to do. He was like, I made a joke that I only thought was funny.
No, I laughed because I love Arnar. It makes me so happy.
But it killed him. Like, it like straight up killed him.
Oh, so the show is kid friendly usually, and so no earmuffs are needed. Now on with the show. I'm one of your hosts, not Australian. Wabba plays alongside the Cookie Monster, Court.
What's up?
Look at his person.
Oh yes, I am wearing a Cookie Monster shirt because even I was thrown off by that, Pez. Don't worry about it.
It's on your person.
No, dude, it's okay.
You and Cookie Monster are like embedded.
Oddly enough, my daughter hates this shirt.
Why?
She doesn't like it because she thinks it's a kid. No, she thinks it's like a baby shirt.
Oh.
To be fair, Cookie Monster is the one Sesame Street character I think you grow into more as you grow up.
Really?
Yeah. Well, who else?
All right. I don't know.
Oscar the Grouch.
Never know. That's just you.
Yeah, that's definitely.
And I think you were born as a Grouch. That Grouch you hear over there is Pez.
Hey, it's me, Oscar the Grouch.
Literally never seen.
Hey,
so
it's me, Oscar the Grouch. Get out of my trash can. Pretty sure that's what he sounds like, right?
God, it's not Sesame Street, not Sesame the Streets.
Yeah, Sesame to the Streets.
Oh. Sesame to the streets. That's not bad. I like it.
I like that one. That was a good
Nailed
one. We got a fun show today, but before we get into that,
do we though?
What you doing? What'd you do this weekend?
So this past weekend, what did I do? Wow,
what did I do?
Hold on. Why is my brain not like? I know I had fun this weekend. My daughter did a sleepover, and I went and did an escape room with my wife.
What'd you think? I love escape rooms.
So this is the second time we've done it. We did have fun. I actually truly enjoyed it. And then I got 2 books that I was showing you guys. I went to the bookstore and I bought myself the book.
Too, man.
So I bought myself the Patrice Bergeron from Kids to Captain, which is
he's so beautiful.
He's the sexiest man alive.
He is.
Which is an autobiography of him. And then there's Blood, Sweat, and 100 Years, this Boston Bruins book that I have been looking for everywhere. And it was interesting because when we were in Boston, I was trying to get it. And they didn't have it at the shop. And a friend of mine, his wife works at Chapters here in Canada, the bookstore. And she's like, we have a copy here. She's like, we don't know why we have one, but it's on the shelf. And then she put it aside for me and I went and picked it up. But the escape room was a lot of fun. My daughter was away all weekend, so I didn't really hang out with her. But this weekend, as I said to you, pre-show, I'm taking her to a sports card show on Sunday.
I'll do a little bit of show and tell.
What do you guys looking for?
Wabba got a nice sports card. So my daughter is a huge Pokemon person. So she loves
Chunky Pikachu. Chunky Chew?
No, she doesn't care about that kind of stuff. She likes Mew and Mewtwo.
That's a power duo.
Yeah, and she's
endgame.
And she likes
I'm more of an Infinity War.
Eevee, and all the Eevee evolutions. So what she'll do is she'll just go in the bin and she'll look for singles.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give her $30 and she can spend $30. And then for me, I'm thinking which is hilarious now, like Series 2 Upper Deck and the extended series out, but like the prices for Upper Deck Series 2 have just plummeted.
It's funny because they're still expensive, even though I would also consider it plummeting.
Well, they're not though, because like the boxes were $400 and now the stores are selling them for $250.
Exactly. I still consider that. Well, like I never got into hobby boxes, so for me that's expensive. But like, it's crazy to see it halved. Like,
yeah, but
you can get your hands on it.
Yeah, like I watched some videos and like even the extended series, which actually looks better than Series 2, and you can still get the Connor Bedard, even though not the one that a certain someone I know got, but you can still they're only $150 Canadian, so that's like $100 US.
Yeah,
because Upper Deck, I guess they because there's some really good cards in there. Upper Deck, I guess, really screwed up on this one, and they've even put out like a little statement to all the hockey card stores, because I talked to a guy about it. He's like, yeah, Upper Deck's like, yeah, we're never doing that again. Like it didn't work out for them, and now they're sitting on a lot of inventory and they don't know what to do.
I'm gonna buy it all. I didn't see any priced that I would make a snap decision on when I went to like the card show.
But like,
But when it comes down, I'm gonna scoop it all up.
Yeah, like that Connor Bedard that I was showing you for $250. Like everybody was trying to get, $1,000 for it before. Now it's $250.
And they were, yeah.
But like, and then you have all these people sitting on Facebook Marketplace going, "Here, give me $60 for all these packs of cards," and everybody's like, "Why would I go buy that? I'll just go buy it myself."
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can get them now. You can't get them in like the Walmarts because for some reason those people still keep going to Walmart and buying them, not realizing that you can just go to a hobby store and they'll have it.
$40 now, which it should be 25, so it's still a little inflated. But tins are still around 100. But
yeah, they're 200 here in Canada. And I'm not spending that.
Crazy. Yeah, I got to go to my first like good card show, and I say good because they actually had hockey. The last one I went to was mostly basketball and football. When I went to the one at Gillette, so I brought my daughter because Wally was going to be there. Blades was there on Saturday. We went on Sunday,
I met
so
Blades.
she got to meet Wally and take pictures with the Red Sox trophies, and then there was Pikachu. I was trying to make a deal for a card I'll show you in a sec. And as that's happening, she's like, Pikachu! So I'm like, hey, can you just hold this for me? I'm going to be right back. I hope you understand. He's like, I got kids too. So we ran over to see Pikachu.
Was it
but she
legit Pikachu
No,
costume, or was it like the, I didn't see it. Was it like the blow up Paxi's Pikachu within a Pikachu?
It was, I would say it's in between. It was good enough for her to get hype, but
gotcha.
It wasn't like,
not the guy from Pack.
Not like Craigslist Pikachu.
Gotcha.
But I went in there like knowing I would get her some stuff. The first thing she saw, and I'll show you guys, and if you're watching us at youtube.com/3dads in a console, there's a whole table with slabs, a bunch of Disney slabs, and she found this. It's green screening. This is Weiss Schwarz. It's a Japanese brand. They have a lot of Hatsune Miku Weiss Schwarz cards.
I don't know what that
Shocker.
means.
And it's a grade of 10, and they wanted $30 for it. I talked them down to 25, but I realized I was going to spend money because while I was there, I sold a Rolling Stones t-shirt for $100. So that was that. She got this weird Mario Garbage Pail Kid for $1.
That's amazing. Okay, so, that's not weird. So that's from Pez,
Thank
can you explain what?
Because
this is weird to me.
Wabba,
Garbage Pail Kids is from our childhood.
Wabba showed it on his stream, twitch.tv/Wabba Plays, and he was like, "Oh, and this weird thing," and I wrote, "Is that a Garbage Pail Kid?" And he's like, "Yeah, I don't know what this is," and I was like, "Dude, it's Garbage Pail Kids. It's like from the late '80s, early '90s."
Yeah, they're worth nothing.
Yeah, they're not worth anything, but they are like they're a play on the Cabbage Patch Kids. Yeah, and they're just like gross and disgusting and nasty.
It is. It's Luigi and it's Mario in a toilet.
But he made money off you for you paying $1 because it wasn't worth $1.
No, it was not. Not at all. I picked out this. I saw this like little chunky Pikachu in a balloon, and this Blastoise looked cool. She got a lot of stuff for free, which I thought was cool. The first person we talked to gave her a pack of Upper Deck, like was it 21, 22 cards, which was cool.
Yeah, but that's the worst. Yeah, because
I like that product. That's Caulfield's product, but it's still cool. I mean, she got this the Blastoise for free.
It's interesting you say that because my daughter got a bunch. Every time I bring her to a card store, they give her free stuff. And it's the card show I'm going to this weekend. Every kid gets a free pack of Pokemon.
Oh, I'll have to take her to.
It's all base.
We don't have a good one near us.
Toss it away.
She picked these out from a thing. She found Pasternak and Pierce, who she knows is the.
Did you just pay $1 for an MVP pasta when like a pack of MVP is $1?
It was free. They gave it to her for free. They gave her this for free. Someone, when I bought a few things, just pasta UD canvas.
Well, that's a nice one with the man bun.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
And then I got her this.
Did you like when we talk? Like you don't even leave them on the screen. You just like throwing it away. We're talking about the man bun. That's a nice man bun.
That is a nice man bun.
I'm an influencer.
It is.
I told my wife I'm like a makeup influencer. And then I got her this one. It's just a pasta jersey card artifact.
How are you a makeup influencer? Because that thing on your nose?
No, that's what they do. They hold it up to the camera, but it doesn't focus, so they have to put their hand behind it. And then for me, as part of those $10 cards, it was 3 for $25. I got a Artifacts Bergeron jersey. Is it worth a lot? No, I just wanted it.
You know what's interesting? If you would just get off your lazy bum and come here when the card show is here in Canada, Boston Bruins cards are like cheap here.
I would clean up.
No one.
I've been buying a lot on eBay.
No one.
They probably
want
Leaf cards.
Yeah, fair.
So if you had Leaf cards, you would come here and then sell them at the show. And then trade them for Bruins cards, and you could get stuff all the time. Like
I should buy them here, smuggle them.
There you go. I mean, you don't have to smuggle them; you just put them in your backpack.
You could just go. Yeah, like why would you smuggle them?
And they'll be like, "Hey, how much are you declaring that you're bringing to our country?" I'll be like, "Oh, I'm just bringing Leafs cards," and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's worthless."
We
And
were
then
just having a conversation, and you just had to take it in the wrong direction.
Leafs stink.
Yeah.
I got a Lowry. I have a bunch coming in the
Mason
mail.
Lowry.
Lowry.
So
I
that's
got
hilarious. It is $10 here in Canada, and you paid $10 in the US.
well, I technically played like 8, but semantics. I got this Martian. It was 25. Is it a little overpriced for what I'm willing to do? Yes, but it's a Martian auto that I don't have in my collection, and I wanted it. I overpaid for this, but I'm happy because I wanted it. I got myself a McAvoy rookie.
I have one of those.
Yeah, I got.
nice.
He's very undervalued right now. I got it for 40. I definitely overpaid, but I knew that. Like that's like one card I've been looking for.
Wow, like I said, like it's $10 here in Canada.
Yeah, just looking at the condition, I was happy with it, so I was willing to make it. And then I got another Swayman for 15, which again, probably a little more expensive, but
this is this way. I get it.
It's normally because you guys know when I make deals, I usually get a good deal. This was one place I did it.
Sounds like you just got ripped.
Well, the driving factor was as I was there, I sold like $150 worth of garbage. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself, and it was a fun time. And I like talking, looking around at all this stuff. So card shows fun. But enough about my card shows. Pez, what'd you get into this weekend?
What did I get into this weekend? My family finally came home on Saturday. They were in New York City. They had a great time. They did all the touristy things. It was my wife, my youngest,
my wife,
my mom, and my niece. So they went on obviously the hottest days of the year because why wouldn't you? They did all the touristy stuff. While they were gone, I did nothing. It was great. I loved it. Played a lot of video games, mostly Sea of Thieves. Watched some hockey, some basketball, as the kids say. Just hung out. And then so Saturday they got home at like 4. We all hung out. My niece stayed the night, so they were in my daughter's room. My wife and I.
Said it again.
No, none of these. Hold on. No, it's okay. It's over now. Thank you.
Was that your wife?
No, that was my daughter. She's tall, dude. She's 5'6".
Dude, she is tall.
She is tall.
Well, you're tall though.
Yeah.
Wabba's short. Yeah.
No,
Wabba's like a sycamore tree, dude.
that's right.
He's like a redwood. They were at PAX East. They were driving. They
Boy,
were driving
Wabba.
those Star Wars.
No one will
around
understand what I'm saying right now, but I am not kidding you. You better do your homework so badly on everything to do with the sport we've been talking about. You have,
Oh man,
oh my god, I will
so
rip you
much
alive.
homework.
You don't want me to try my hand at Russian names, which actually would be a fun segment.
No, we will definitely do that segment. But continue, Pez.
Yeah. So Saturday, the wife and I just hung out. Sunday, what did we do Sunday? I don't remember. Nothing. Just like yard work and house projects and all that stuff.
I'm selling my car.
Ooh,
You
let's
are?
go.
Yeah, so I bought
How
the
many
Mach-E.
ducats?
I don't know. We're gonna go to the Ford dealership. So the Mach-E that we bought because of the surgery my wife's having. She's gonna have a hard time getting in and out of the car because it's lower. Because it's a sports model. So I drive a Ford Escape, which is a bit higher. So we're gonna, even though we haven't even had it for a year, we're gonna take it to the Ford dealership and see what we can do.
Gotcha.
I would love to.
You lose money on cars no matter
destroy
what,
them.
so we'll probably like lose some money. But I'm gonna look into a Ford Escape hybrid.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Cheaper, it's still plug-in.
Sensible.
It is sensible.
As one says.
Sensible.
But yeah, it's been a good week. Oh, also, if you're on my stream, I opened a lot of new product. We talked about like I wanted Bedard so bad, and I could buy him, yes, but I wanted to pull him from a pack. I bought a bunch of things. My wife got me a tin, which I know the value of and I appreciate very much. And I open up in the tin one Connor Bedard rookie, and
Dude,
I proceeded to lose it to the point where she made me get the VOD, cut a clip so she could send it to her family. She was very proud that she had delivered the card.
Dude, that's amazing because she's the only you need her in your life.
I can't believe she did that. So I need to now take that to get great.
But I like that store near.
I'm surprised you didn't go with the card show.
They didn't have PSA.
Gotcha.
And plus, I should feel comfortable bringing it to a card show because there's a lot of cash and there's a lot of security, which I appreciate. But I have it ready to go.
Is it your biggest card you own?
Maybe.
I think so.
I have
think so too.
the other one come. I had the Maguire rookie. I might get graded. That used to be big. It's not now. But I also have a
Why is that?
because I don't know. He was gear, and God, who else? He played for the Pacers. Basketball player. You probably know.
Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller. Yeah, Reggie Miller. Skybox auto. I got it as a kid, and I found it. I found it in my Nomar Garcia Parra lunchbox. I had a vision. I had a note written on my computer.
Hold on. Back the truck up. Is it like a tin lunchbox?
Yeah, it was like a
tin.
That's
Nomar
a nice
Garcia
one.
Parra lunchblock. That's pretty dope. I like it.
Pez would want that
over there.
Like
do you? It's full of Drew Bledsoe cards.
I love Drew Bledsoe.
that are just like raw in the cases.
How awesome that tin would look in your background. Of a Nomar.
A Nomar lunchbox full of Drew Bledsoe cards.
It's kind of
Boston
nice.
People just hats to the ceiling.
It would be just put a Dunkin' Donuts logo on it and call it a day.
I ordered Dunkin' Donuts coffee for my coffee because so my coffee machine can take whole beans, and now you can buy Dunkin' Donuts off Amazon, and so I can have it in the morning for breakfast.
Nice.
Shout out.
I know it doesn't taste that good, but for me, it's just
Hey, it's all right.
So I know we've been talking about a bit about hockey. I want to share with you my reinvigorated love for the NHL series, not because of HUT, but because of franchise mode. Your boy took his Boston Minutemen, a name which is banned in NHL 23, to not one, not two, but three back-to-back Stanley Cups. The first against the Oilers, get wrecked, reverse sweep. And it might have only taken 20 in-game seasons. But it's just been fun, and I'm getting more excited about like franchise modes going forward. I did a series for us on youtube.com/dudedads on a console, bear witness. My favorite thumbnail I've ever made of me trying to thank you. But I've been having it in my pocket. When the Allmark news dropped and we got, beans for him, I wanted to prove that I was better than Sweeney. I actually traded Allmark, DeBrusque in a third, and I got Fantilli, which is realistic. If it's in the game, then it's real.
Yeah, if it's EA Sports, if it's in the game, it's in the game.
But I've had so much fun getting back into like NHL, and there's a new game coming out soon where you, Pez, I know, are very excited about the offline modes.
So here's the thing. People who neglect franchise modes for a long time to only play Ultimate Team modes are missing out on actual deep experiences. Even NHL, which I don't necessarily enjoy as a franchise mode because I feel like when you look at the other sport games out there, it's kind of basic. And there's a lot of things that I wish that they would do different. But even then, like, it's giving you a better experience than just playing HUT all week. Like, HUT's the same thing all week. Go play Rivals, contemplate jumping off a bridge while you play squad battles, doing the same thing while you're playing Hot Rush, and then pulling cards and saying, why am I playing this game? But then you go into franchise, and no matter how you play it, whether you play every game, whether you do what Wabba does and you sim all the games pretty much up until you get the playoffs, like, that way you find in every sport franchise, there's like, if you love scouting, you can get into scouting, and if you're into drafting, you do a draft every year. Like, you have that, you just have different things at your disposal. It's not all just about playing hockey or playing football or playing baseball. There's all the stuff around it. If you're a big baseball guy and you're like, we're going to look into the AA and AAA and bring guys up and sim seasons just to create these storylines. Like, even if it's in your head of like, this guy drafted in the 7th round, 130th overall, and all of a sudden he's a Cy Young winner, right? For whatever. It's like, that stuff's cool. You can't do that in Ultimate Team modes. And now I think what's exciting for me, especially, is College Football 25 put out their Sights and Sounds. They put out their Sights and Sounds deep dive today, and it looks like EA we bag on EA a lot in this on this podcast. 90
hold on. And so we should.
I was gonna say 95% of it is warranted for sure. At least between Court and I.
No comment.
And we give them their flowers when it's due. And I think with EA, I think with College Football 25, they deserve their flowers. This team has done stuff that hasn't been done in a sports game in a long time. So what they talked about today were things like, when you watch college football, it's all about the intros are all about pageantry, right? Florida Gators touching the gator.
Pageantry.
It is seriously pageantry, right? Oregon Ducks. The duck is on the motorcycle, being a maniac. BC Eagles.
He's a maniac.
When they all walk out, they touch the eagle. Like Clemson comes down the hill. What EA did was successfully go to places like Florida, down to Gainesville, and they did motion capture of stuntmen. Or stunt people, whatever, like walking, like touching that gator, and then they motion capped and like scanned the actual gator head itself, and they did it across the country with every college that's in. It's like 134 or something colleges that are in, and in their blog they were talking about how they went to Clemson and did the hill. So what they do is they come down a hill, and they were having stuntmen jump, like as they were running down the middle of the hill, jump into the air, and they recorded that. And this is all part of the game. What they did for places like BC, when they run out and they run through the banner, is like they talked about how they would create that banner in doorways and like pull it tight and have people run through it. And like they have legitimately put a lot of work into this game. And I think it's because they didn't want to just be a Madden reskin. Like they were already sick of people being like, oh, it's going to be Madden. Meanwhile, Madden sounds terrible, but they were like, it's just going to be Madden. And it's not. And they've really taken time to make sure all the student sections and all the bands are correct. There's dynamic attendance, which I miss in video games. For those that don't know what dynamic attendance is, if you're a low star team, or like you're getting blown out at home, all of a sudden the stands are empty. And I think that's incredibly awesome, because that is just more immersion. And they got the fight songs and all that stuff. So, shout out to college football, because they've been doing a great job of just getting everything hyped and doing a solid effort in making a game feel real again. And we don't have our hands on it. We have a couple weeks before it comes out, but I'm like super excited. I feel like, a lot of these guys worked on the old college football games, NCAA 11, 12, 13, 14. And again, you have that deep recruiting system that's like akin to
how close does this come 13. Out to Madden?
Madden comes out in August.
So like a month.
Fall. They're selling them together now, if you noticed.
So like a month.
If you go in the stores now, they sell it together.
Yep. They're selling them together, which I mean, it's smart on EA, because people will buy it and then be like, well, I can get Madden for, if you do the math, I get Madden for $50. I might as well get it. And then, everyone will be like, oh man, it's terrible. Why'd I buy it? And it's like, well, you shouldn't have given EA $150 or $200 or whatever it is. But that's on you there. That's on you there, Cupcake. But truthfully, like, I think shout out to EA, because they've actually done an incredible job hyping this game up. But what they have shown isn't just like, it's not just, lipstick on the pig. They went out and did the work. And like we mentioned before on a show a few weeks ago, it's called The Rogue Prince of College Football 25. When Vanderbilt has not finished Vanderbuilding their stadium, but what College Football 25 did, is get the architect plans and built the stadium in the game based on the architect plans. So it's like, all right, you could have just not done it or used the old stadium, but they went out and did the thing. Here is my hope now. This game is only built for current gen consoles, PS5, Xbox One. I mean, Xbox Series X, Xbox One. Imagine, Jesus. Xbox Series X and S. Not on PC, which I don't understand, but it is what it is. My hope is sports games move into this now current generation, because I think the old generation of consoles is holding everything back. And I understand why publishers don't want to get rid of them, because you have a larger install base and all these old consoles. But the technology is so different that you could do so much more, so much better things with just doing PC and current consoles than adding in your previous consoles. But I mean, I'm pretty hyped about college football. Wabba, I know that you've been paying attention to it as well. Any thoughts from your end?
I just like the communication. I think that's super important when it comes to like sports titles, because like a lot of time it's like, okay, like we've seen this last year. I think with NHL they started to do it. That kind of fell off, in my opinion. I'm going to be doing an article about that, or a video about that actually, so look forward to it if you care. I think a lot of, year after year, but like this, they've done like this whole week is like rankings. Like they did the toughest place to play, which was the Aggies. They did the Sight Sound deep dive, which was today, and then they're going to do top offenses and defenses tomorrow, and on the 28th, overall team rankings. It's like they give you a plan. It's not like a surprise. And it's been really cool to be able to like help, to learn about it, and have the opportunity to help promote it. And it's made me much more excited to not only play but to be able to share it with people, at least from like a fresh perspective. I play Madden every year, not a lot. There's some portions of it I like. I haven't played college football in years. Like I'd played like a friend's house, and the last copy I got, Pez now has. So to get back into it, I don't watch college football, and from when this came out, I'm like a different person. From like realistically, I think everyone is who played it. So I'm excited to share perspective of somebody who isn't really involved with college football and who hasn't been continuing to play it on PC, kind of like a fresh look. And that's like really exciting to me, because they are spending the time and care in this, and now we get to see it in a few weeks. So go BC.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
and also the rise of Billy Bungus. What's
I'm
up?
probably getting this game, and believe it or not, who should I be?
BC, they're the best.
Here's the cool thing about college football 25. It has team builder, so you can literally build any team you want. If you want to make a Boston Bruins football team, you can.
Oh, that's what I'll do.
Including the logos, like you can upload the logos.
Actually,
if you want to
I rep the Georgina Golden Hawks. That's my team.
There you go. If you want to be the Georgina Golden Hawks, go for it. If you want to be the 3 Dads U consoles, go for it. Like you can.
I really like that name.
The 3 Dads U.
The 3 Dads U consoles. You can literally make any team you want.
My friend would make our high school team.
Yeah, I would make high school team. I made my high school team all the time. Every year, because it was
he
just
was the quarterback. Even though
so were you able to make it so the guys would get off the field to go get high after, or was that just only during?
No, that was no, that wasn't in the game. Maybe it will be in 25.
Wait, EA Sports says if it's in the game, it's in the game.
It was DLC.
It's in the game. We can't go there. But yeah, so I mean, with Team Builder, like I said, you can make any team you want. That's the beauty of it. Is they have literally brought back all the good stuff from previous games. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I think it's legitimately gonna be a fun game.
I hope. You know what? I hope NHL is fun next year. I really hope.
I like, and we could do a video on like what we want in the NHL series, and we probably should. But my big thing is just like get away from the Xbox One and the PS4, because it is holding back what this NHL development team can do. It really is, because not only from Hut, where they have to split the market into so many pieces it looks like a pizza, but like you're limiting yourself on like what the Frostbite engine can do. You're limiting yourself on like everything, just because. And the same with MLB The Show, because there are animations in there from like MLB The Show 15 that was on like the PS3 or whatever. It's like
I have such
stop.
Okay, I have a take on that, and I agree with you. Oh my! I'm just trying to figure out the way to word it so I don't sound insulting.
Just do it, man.
So these games thrive on purchases that are beyond the initial purchase price. The initial purchase price, I think the profit margin, I would say, is low, because there's a lot of different like the transactions that take place to get from A to B, even in a digital format. You want the people who can spend the most money in game on things that don't actually cost anything. like to make. So like you want people buying packs, you want people buying like, you know, whatever DLC, like whatever it is. Wouldn't you want to target the people who are able to integrate with the newer consoles? Like it seems like being able to make a product that's more attractive to people who are more like the whales, like that's what you know, iPhone apps like thrive off of.
But no, but like sports games, they want to have the most people playing them, so they're gonna keep making it in the smaller generation until there's no one left.
Right.
But yeah, I fair, but like I'm trying to think like in a pool. Oh God, I need to like make a spreadsheet on this. But like in a pool, like people who like okay, they get the initial purchase price only. Does that outweigh based on you'd have to like do assumptions more than, you know, next gen that purchases X amount of points
Yes,
plus initial price. Like
yes.
there's like a break even point at some point between them.
I'll give you a perfect example. FIFA was on the PS3 up until the last year of the PS4.
Mhm. The PS3 must have like. I'm very curious to see what the
PlayStation already put out the numbers, right? We already
points
know
per
that
user like rate,
50%
like
of their player
points.
base is still on the PS4. So if you're EA, you want those PS4 users.
Fair.
Well, then what's interesting is they're not doing that with probably their hottest game of the year. College football is only on.
But is Madden on PS4?
Madden will likely
that's a
be.
good question. Let me look.
If I had to guess.
It's usually what happens is Madden will be a next gen, and then the following year NHL's a next gen.
I'm just curious to know what the break-even point like would be, and like there's a whole mess of assumptions you have to make. But like, at what point does it make sense to be able to get the money that you would have gotten from sales in like points purchases, essentially, for any title, not just NHL? I mean, they have people looking at it. Like this, what I'm saying is not a unique thought. You know, there are probably like a whole bunch of like you know, data analysts that look at it there, but that's like a really, you know, interesting question. You know, at least to me, probably not.
Yes, it is on PS4.
Yeah, then not
So
for NHL. Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. Womp womp.
That's how it goes. So we've talked about a game that we think is good, but not necessarily evil. So Court.
Ooh, yeah. So
speaking of good and evil, tell us about what you've been doing.
So I, thanks to my friends over at Ubisoft Canada, I have been
Ubisoft
playing.
Partner.
Yes. Oh yeah. Hashtags Ubisoft partner. I was able to get a copy of Beyond Good and Evil 20th anniversary. I've only been playing it for 3 days now. Here's what I'll say. It's very well done because I've been playing a lot of remasters on the PlayStation Store because you can play Tomb Raider and they have Lego in there, Lego Star Wars, and then they also have Thievius Raccoonus, Sly Cooper, which I've been playing, and those felt like old games that were just upscaled to the console. But this feels like it still looks old, but it doesn't feel old, if that makes any sense. The controls feel more modern, but we still have, and it does look shinier. I actually had never played Beyond Good and Evil, so it is extremely a Ubisoft game, and it's old, right? So this is like their first into the Ubisoft. Like you start off and you have this camera that you take pictures of things that you can collect throughout the thing, like, you know, Ubisoft check marks. And you collect orbs, once again, Ubisoft check marks. And you're having conversations. So far, I'm really liking the game. I think that they have done a very good job. They also have speed running in it, so if you want to be able to do that after the fact, you can go do speed running. They have these mini missions where you can do races with your little hovercraft. It definitely looks like a game that is old, but it's fun to play. I'm not too sure what the cost is in the store. I can't see because I didn't. I'll be honest. Like, thanks to Ubisoft, I didn't pay for it.
It is $20 on Steam, I believe.
That makes sense, and it's probably worth $20 because a lot of these games nowadays, I don't feel like I'm getting anything out of them. And the story's pretty decent. Like I said, the controls don't feel old, and that's big to me because I was playing Sly Cooper and I was trying to enjoy it, and I was having too hard of a time not being able to because PlayStation, yes, they're putting games on premium and it's great. And Sly Cooper is their most downloaded game in premium ever, but it feels very old while you play it. And it's also pretty funny to go back and play games that have save states. So you have to go up to the machine and save, and you're creating a save file as you play this game, which is pretty hilarious. But I'm about 5 hours into the game. I'm enjoying my time with it. And for $20, I think that has value, especially if you've never played the Beyond Good and Evil series before, like myself. I'll be honest, if Ubisoft didn't give it to me, I probably would have bought it.
Yeah, I never I played it when it like came out 2005 or whatever.
That's how old it is, eh?
Yes,
it's 20th anniversary.
20th anniversary. Yeah, Beyond Good and Evil was always good, man. They announced that second game, and who knows if it's ever coming out.
Yeah, it's so sad.
I mean, they announced it. They showed that trailer in like E3 2013.
Well, you already know it's old because you said E3.
Fair enough. I mean, anyway,
there is stuff for Beyond Good and Evil 2. I haven't got there's extras and stuff like that. It's in the game. It's very interesting. I'll also say this: they have puzzles in the game, and there's codes that you have to enter. So I was like, oh, it's a 20-year-old game. I could just Google the stuff and get the codes. Well, they're procedurally generated, and you can't the code changes every time. It's like son of a gun. They pulled a BioShock on me. But,
that's good.
Kudos to them. I just think there's a lot of pieces in here that make me understand the path Ubisoft has gone with their games to get where they are. And this was like the original Ubisoft game, so to speak. It's very good. I like it.
So that game's out now, but there's a few games coming out soon from one of our favorite developers that we want to share for the kiddos. That's
Hold on.
outright.
Can we say this right now?
No.
You had to pause and think of a segue there in your head for a little bit. And
I
you
didn't
were
write that one down.
The best one was like, and now, and then you're like, okay, and then you said a whole bunch. So what were the ones that you weren't going to use?
So that game sounds right, much like Outright.
Oh yeah,
and I also was gonna say,
nope, it's okay.
Here's some games that are outright gonna be good for your kids.
You could have said, "Here's some games that are out right now." That would have worked.
Oh my god, it's so easy.
So I'm these legitimately workshopped in my head all at the same time, and I think
I was watching the little
3 out of 5
girl going around in your brain. I was watching it.
Hamster was on the wheel, man. It was there.
I know, and the hamster just fell on his face, but
the hamster's like peasant after football in high school.
Barely hanging on.
Hanging on.
So Outright's coming out with a few games that they've just announced, and saw on Twitter. The first one is Nick Jr. Party Adventure, and I want to highlight this one because it just looks like a fun little platformer that you'll be able to play with your kids with a bunch of different characters. My daughter doesn't watch some of the shows, like she doesn't know who Dora is, but she knows who Paw Patrol is, and it looks like you're going to be able to play a bunch of different titles. From Nickelodeon. Blue's Clues is going to be in there. Chasing Sky from Paw Patrol. Blaze and the Monster Machines, with all my daughter's friends are obsessed with. I don't get it, but it's gonna teach them that different. It looks like, and again, haven't played it or seen too much gameplay, but it sounds like each character is gonna have their own ability, and you have to figure out and learn how to best get to the next platform or the next obstacle, through the next obstacle using the different modes. So I think it looks fun. It looks cute. It looks really accessible for younger audiences too, which is kind of Outright's jam. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that's definitely gonna be good for the younger audiences as well. So that's definitely one I'm gonna share with my daughter, and I think she's gonna enjoy it, especially because Chase and Sky are in there. I don't know, Cord, it might be a little too old, or not really for your daughter.
Yeah, it's too young for her. She's kind of like My Little Pony. She was still into when that just came out, so she still plays that. But anything like Paw Patrol and all that, she's out. But it looks great. I saw the graphics of it. It looks like it'll be a really fun game. My daughter just recently stopped watching Ryan's Playroom. She was like, she's like, no. And I was like, but honey, he's got he's going through puberty on this thing right now. It's hilarious. She's like, no, he does baby shows. I'm like,
hey kids, check out this Smurfs toy.
Yeah, seriously, it's pretty awkward now when he talks on the show.
My daughter
She's watching Ninja Kids, and she watches Mr. Beast. Ryan Trahan.
She's a gamer. She
watches Mr. Beast. Hey,
Mr. Beast.
YouTube, I put 100
What's going on? What's going on, YouTube?
I put 100 girls
hold
and
on.
100 guys in rooms by themselves.
He is a multi-billionaire.
I know.
Oh, I'm not saying he's bad. He's just silly. He's like so OG
entertaining.
YouTube.
He is extremely entertaining.
He is entertaining. Do not
I watch his stuff.
Do not eat Mr. Beast burger. It is a ghost kitchen.
Yeah, but he knows he got rid of it. He's trying to sue them.
Oh, anyways. Is he?
Yeah.
Shout out
Ghost Kitchens.
My daughter started watching Phineas and Ferb randomly. That show slaps.
What a great
I never
show.
watched it, by the way. Doofenshmirtz
Really?
is a real yeah. She's a big Perry fan.
Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated.
It's so good. But also too, I've been seeing on Twitter for Outright. If you remember Gigantosaurus, they had a kart racing game, and now it looks like they're doing a dino sports game. Sports games. This is like the year of the sports games. I know last time we talked about that, like was it the Looney Tunes one coming out? Now, like one like this, it's just fun. I'm again assuming we haven't really seen a lot from it. Fun little, mini games to be able to play. And if it's on Switch, that's like a big win because that's been so much fun. Like my daughter was doing the bowling game for like Wii Sports on the Switch. That's like the kind of stuff I like. I remember I used to make fun of like the Wii because like, oh, this is the thing for Nana, so she can use it.
I mean, it was
with all her friends. And now I'm like,
now you're the Nana.
Yeah, you want me to bowl? I'm a prehistoric rock down these like I'm assuming, but like that. I'm excited to play that. I'm excited to share that with folks. I think that'll be good. I think chances are like the adults might like that one too. And I remember the kart racing game was kind of tough. Like if you go on the hard level, like those dinos were catching up, and I was like legitimately trying. And my daughter was like cheering me on some parts, and I'm like, if you only knew how much trouble I was having, you would maybe have faced me again. But 2 fun games coming out, so we'll have more for that soon. I don't think we've had like a lot of like games to play with your kids recently, so I'm excited that some are coming out.
I'm really excited for Ninja Turtles.
Yep. I was gonna say like I want a release date for Mutant Mayhem.
My guess, and this is just my guess, it's like September, October. That's when Outright drops a lot of games right before Christmas, right?
The Nickelodeon one's coming out on the 11th, and the Dino one is coming out on this Friday. So
wow, those are coming out quick.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna release it maybe like earlier so it doesn't coincide with another launch. But at the same time, those are 2 totally different. Well, they're 2 Nickelodeon properties.
You know what else was this Friday, boys? This is not a segue, but I just thought of it in my head. The NHL draft.
Oh,
Boston Bruins, guys! What college? What college American ranked?
Do we have anything
else
to cover? We got we're not at Boston Bruins time yet.
No, then we're talking Fanatics. We're good.
All right.
Oh yeah, because we can go into Fanatics.
We're good.
What college American ranked in the 60s is Don Sweeney taken at 25? Why is he from the University of Michigan?
I have one here. Okay.
Oh, is that the Canadian draft guide? Look at that,
buddy.
Maybe we can get Celebrini at 23.
So I actually it was hilarious. I don't know if you guys saw it on Twitter. I put out a tweet through the Birds Diehards for Dean Letourneau. So I put out this tweet, and then Connor Ryan hit it, and then all these like Bruins YouTubers were like doing videos of like, here's the reason the Bruins did this thing. All I did was grab the draft guide, and I was like, exactly what Pez did. I was like, who is the first college kid? And around that area, and he's ranked number 22. Now he plays at St. Andrews College, which is around the corner from here from me here in Ontario. But he will be playing at BU next year because Will Smith. Because Will Smith. This is why I picked this kid. So listen to this. So he is 6'7", 209 pounds. Position centerman. Now he's a project. He's from Ontario. He's from actually right around the corner from where I live. He is young, but he's huge and he's fast. So like I keep thinking like this is the most Boston Bruin pick I've ever seen.
Don Sweeney drooling right now.
Yeah, but this is also the worst Don Sweeney draft ever because he's got a first pick in the first round. No matter what, Court's finally going to get his wish. He is pretty much has no choice but to take a boy from Canada. Like there's just no other way around it.
Has to do it.
And which I always find interesting because he spends so much time drafting these US college kids. And I totally get it, like the maturity level, all that kind of stuff. But a lot of these U.S. college kids he drafts 9 times out of 10 are just bottom 6 players. There are
Love it.
great ones, but those college kids go in the first 10 picks, right? And
the Bruins
then
are too good to be up that high.
if they
to
look
get
at the
them.
history of the hockey team, they're one of their best players is 2 of their best players are Bobby Orr and Patrice Bergeron. And then we'll say Ray Bourque. So your top 3 players ever to play for the franchise all played in the Canadian Hockey League. What are you doing, Don Sweeney? Just please draft. So there's another kid
Really
that I've been
OHL a
told.
bone, will you?
Well, CHL. We don't have to just. So I have been told about these 2 other kids, and so one is Merrick Vanacker. So that kid has the most Boston Bruins need to draft him just because his name is Vanacker, like Vanacca.
Yeah, Eric Vanacca. Give him
Noma.
Give him number 7.
He is a left winger. He was injured last year, so he missed a lot of games. So
We'll take him.
He got 36 goals in 63 games for the Brantford, the OHL team. But he had a slow start. And then there's Cole Bowden, who also plays for the Barrie Colts, which is right around the corner from where I live, which is very nice. So if he gets chosen, I can go see him. He's a 6'2" center, shoots left. So all the top 3 guys that I think the Bruins are going to go after, they're all Canadian boys. So I'm finally gonna win because
Coates finally has his time in the sun.
I've been saying it for years. Just draft me one Canadian kid that I can watch before he plays for the team. Because I've got Matty Patra, and that's great. That's great. That's my Canadian boy. That's my next Bergeron, I hope, but it won't be. But I hope it won't be. I'm sorry. Get his rookie cards, Matt, but it won't be.
You know what they say? Hope in one hand, take a poop in the other. See what fills up.
I think his ceiling is a second line center, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
If it was up to me,
don't have one, so you might as well take it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. So that's the great part. So the draft is Friday. The NHL awards are tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow, Saturday. Yeah.
Friend of the show, Luke Wolf in chat says that there will be an NHL 25 preview at the award show.
So that's tomorrow, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, but they've already given out half the awards, which is more hilarious than anything. It's so the NHL awards are tomorrow, and then the draft is Friday in Vegas at the Sphere. And then on Monday, it's so we talk about video game Christmas that just happened. So Monday is Canada Day. It also coincides to be something awesome. Hockey is the most Canadian sport there is, even though it's not our national game. Lacrosse is our national game.
Oh.
The heritage of Canada. It totally makes all sense.
No, that makes sense.
It is Free Agent Day on Monday,
baby.
And it's a holiday here in Canada.
Free Agent Day.
So today, the Buffalo Sabres, it's rumored they can't do it until Monday, are gonna buy out Jeff Skinner.
Yeah, Jeff Skinner.
Now that's gonna be about a $2.6 million cap hit that's gonna hit them for 2.4, sorry, for the next till 2029. Now that is awesome because if he's getting paid that, if the team I want is the Boston Bruins, even though he's a Canadian boy, I just think his 25 goals last year would fit perfect on the Boston Bruins on the second line. Put him on the line with Pasta, just be another weapon out there. Who cares? Or put him on the first. I don't care. Just get this guy in the team and then sign Lindholm because I know the Bruins are going to go after him. It is what it is. We have, and Luke's in the chat, so Luke knows we have the worst backup in the NHL now. Jesus.
Joonas
Korpisalo. I hope he's good.
How do you say his name?
So he played 10 games for LA, and he was actually good there. Now, a lot of people keep telling me Ottawa had the worst defense. Ottawa's defense wasn't that bad. The Ottawa Senators are actually a scary good team next year with Linus Ullmark in net. But that's just my opinion on the Ottawa Senators. I think they're a pretty decent hockey club. But I don't like the trade, but I get the trade. Sweeney kind of backed himself in a corner. I really think that way. Once Markstrom was traded, and then once Darcy Kemper was traded, the options were limited. And from what I understand, my friend Dominic Diano told me that without the extension, that didn't happen. That's why we didn't get the Jacob Chikrin
that makes
going
sense.
the other way. So if there was the extension, it was Chikrin because they needed the money. So what happens if they extend Linus Ullmark? They wouldn't be able to extend Chikrin the following year because the cap. So that's when they would have moved Chikrin to have Ullmark, and you still would have had the first pick. So the first pick was in there automatically. So if they didn't take Jonas they weren't going to get the first pick, and it was going to be the second pick, and Mark Listick or whatever his name is, the fourth liner that's so Boston Bruins. This is going to be Wabba's new favorite player.
I love it. Give me somebody who gets one goal off his butt every 5 weeks.
All
but then 8 penalty minutes a game.
All the Swaymark girly account's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, but it's even funnier. I didn't know this. Do you guys know this? That Forsberg, the backup goalie for Ottawa, and Linus Ullmark are buddies.
I did not know that.
That's probably why I went.
No, he went because they weren't on his no trade list.
Yeah.
But also today he was interviewed by Bruce Garriock of the Ottawa Sun, and he has said that the hug is dead. He's not going to be doing it in Ottawa, and Swayman isn't going to be doing it there because it was their thing.
I don't care.
I do.
I love the goalie hug.
I'm sad.
Stupid.
Anyways,
Pez doesn't like anytime someone smiles, Pez wants to cease that activity.
That's not true. That is not true. I just don't. No. The goalie hug was dumb, and the Bruins were just like, you know what? We're gonna do the goalie hug to sell you pictures and T-shirts and sell TV shows.
Bruins didn't decide to do the goalie hug. The two players decided to do the goalie.
No, I know, but then the Bruins turned it into social media stuff to sell the team to you. To sell the team to you, and
you just tell us you didn't do it.
Stupid.
Yeah, the goalie hug is the sweet Caroline.
And then they signed
hockey.
Brendan. They signed Brendan Bussey, who was one of the best goalies in the AHL next year, but he's going to have to clear waivers if they send him down, and he's only at $775. So every team in the NHL is going to go after this kid, and take him.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to lose Bussey for Korpisalo. That hurts my brain.
Boo.
And you can't put. I mean, you could put Korpisalo down in Providence, but it's a dead cap of like 1.8 million or something.
Yeah, but
like
which is not that bad. And even if you bought him out, it would only be 1.4 on the cap.
Yeah, but it'd be for like 8 years. Yeah. Something crazy like that. Because he has a 4-year deal. You buy him out, you gotta double it.
Yeah, and
so double it and give it to the next person.
But in other news, the Boston Bruins have a new jersey.
Oh, putrid, dude. Fanatics, trash. And I see people online saying like, "Oh, the Fanatics jersey look kind of nice." First off, what Fanatics is showing you is the on-ice product, so which they will sell. So that we're talking $400 to $600 probably in the $400 USD range. And of course, that's going to be stitched. It's going to look nice. The like $150 tier jersey is going to be heat pressed garbage. And I can tell you this because your boy bought a Fanatics Pirates baseball jersey for $175 or whatever. Everything heat pressed, fake twill to make it look like stitching, like the fake twill pattern, make it look like it's stitched on. Garbage, absolute garbage. Do not buy Fanatics. I already miss actually the Reebok. Other than obviously like Bauer and CCM
CCM are the best jerseys.
CCM is my favorite. But I thought Reebok jerseys were really nice. I don't mind the Adidas ones. I don't know why people didn't like them. But it's only going to get worse. I think it was the shoulder dimples people don't like, which I kind of did
still
like.
Waiting. I have my Centennial jersey getting a Bergeron put on the back, and I even called the place today, and the guy's like, "No, it's still not in." I'm like, "It's been 10 days, man."
But yeah, I mean, whatever. Fanatics, people are gonna go with Fanatics because they're cheap, so they can produce them cheaply and then sell them for a lot of money, and then the leagues will get their cut. But miss me on buying. Oh, and also the hats suck. As a big hat guy, hats are garbage. Don't buy Fanatics.
No, hats. Yeah, no. I always get either New Era or Starter.
Yeah,
I don't get any other one.
New Era. If you're like a baseball hat guy, like your boy here,
even the hockey hats.
Get 47.
Hockey hats are good. At 47 are good.
Yeah.
So 47 tried to get the jerseys, right? You know this, eh?
Yeah.
Oh.
And they didn't win, which is hilarious because Fanatics already killed Mitchell and Ness, which I love.
Oh,
but
the best. They were the best of us.
They were the best of us, and now their jerseys, they're absolute worst of us.
Yep.
Like they're terrible now. The Mitchell and Ness jerseys.
I just don't like the marketing onslaught that we faced all at the same time. So the first I saw was Marchand, a clever video, mind you, of him with the Centennial looking at the sea, and someone comes and says, "Hey, Cam wants it back." and then he takes it off. Everyone thinks it means it's captain, and he throws on a new one. And then every other team pushes out their own little video kind of showing the new Fanatics one. And then you get a Doc Emmerich narrated video of a basically, people doing stitches.
They were
and
three
I heard
nanas.
the word,
they were three nanas.
And I heard the word Stitch more times than I did in that Lilo and Stitch movie, like from that, because they're literally, it's like they're trying so hard to plead with people to trust them when they botched the MLB. They know everybody thinks they stink. And it's kind of like painful to watch them try to like market their way back. They need to show it. Don't just tell, like, that's what I don't like. Don't just tell people your stuff is good. Don't just bring out Austin Matthews so he can look at his new jersey and give some fake smile when he like doesn't want to be there. Like,
and wears gloves. What is that about?
Weird. Just like make the product good and the product will speak for itself. Like I the more marketing I see on this and the more they try to convince you about how good you like the jersey is, the more I'm concerned that it is not as good as they're saying. Do not do this. Yes, okay, yeah, we're doing a Fanatics announcement. Stop trying to sell me it. Just make a good product and it will sell itself. But based on what we've seen, I'm very concerned.
Can we talk about the LA Kings new logo? Is phenomenal.
The Kings and the Ducks smashed it out of the park.
Yeah, agreed. Except I really wish the Ducks went purple, but I'll just let it
go. I wish we got
Yeah.
hints of like mallard green to go with the orange, right?
You're thinking like Oregon?
Yeah, even it like the way
you like that. I talked about college football there.
I did like it. A little bit of like mallard green to go with that orange if you're not going to go with the eggplant or the teal, but like crushed it. Truly crushed it. Love that they went back to kind of like a modernized version of the old logo. It looks great, man. It looks great.
But yeah,
Wabba,
are you with us? I was really hoping. Really hoping the Bruins would go back to the 80s. And they haven't.
Version though. It's
Why?
my favorite because I started watching them in 2009, 2010.
Oh,
so
okay.
like this is what I know. I know the Bruins have a long legacy. I wasn't part of it, so this is like
but
what
you
I
could
like
be now.
But I will say I associate this to the Bergeron era. I kind of would have hoped for it to be a little different. I thought the Centennial was good. It grew on me as the year went on. But then they're like, oh, we're showing off our new jerseys. And it's like literally the same thing. Just
DeBrus to Detroit.
Confirmed?
Well, and NRD put it out there. It's not confirmed. He's just saying he's hearing things.
Ooh.
DeBrus isn't coming back. I can tell you that. He's not coming back to Boston. They don't care. He's a whiny baby. I don't care that he gets all the goal. He gets goal. He's just so inconsistent.
My favorite part about DeBrusque is that he got the game-winning goal at the Winter Classic I was at. So shout out that.
My favorite thing about DeBrusque is when he signs with Detroit, and I don't have to listen to people talk.
I have to do a fake like goodbye DeBrusque video. I got to make one for.
Can you use the "In the Arms of the Angel" as the song?
So you can't use any of that stuff. You get copyright strike.
In the arms of the angel.
I wanted to do when I was doing my one about the goalie hug. I wanted to do that Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, different. Did Sarah McLachlan sing my song too?
Yes.
Yes.
Why does she make just sad songs that you use in depressing montages? Does she have any
Canada.
songs that
we have a lot of winter?
Because white women need songs too.
Then go listen to Taylor Swift.
Go listen to T Swift, baby.
Yeah, don't tell David Grohl that. But look at me being relevant.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Any final thoughts on Fanatics or anything else?
Yes, you guys were talking about cards.
Yeah,
there is one.
Dude, you have a better Bobby L. Dad's card than
mint.
Hold it to the
72.
Right. You're right. Stage right. Yes.
How much you pay for that again?
Like $50.
I tried looking for
mint,
the rookie
Bobby Lalonde OPG rookie card.
Those are looking spicy.
You bought that on eBay?
Yep.
I want a 10. I want a grade of 10.
It was the highest one I could find.
It's very hard to find them because back in the day, OPG used to the guys cutting them were just a guy on a board and he would use a chop cut.
Oh yeah, this thing looks like it is cardboard thin. This
edges,
like the actual
centering.
card.
Centering 0.
I'm gonna open it right now. No, I'm kidding.
You know what some people do? Some people actually cut the edges of their card and think that PSA and like BGS won't notice to get like a better grade, and they do.
Oh, because like their corners bent.
Yeah, if you get
so
like
they
a soft
cut it
edge.
off.
Yeah, really, it's
What's a
wild.
soft edge?
When
That's
it's
what
like,
she said.
no, it's when it's like bumped a little. Whatever. Court, any final thoughts for the folks?
No, I'm gonna offer. Guy's got one here for $20. I'm gonna offer him 10.
Tell him it's your dad, and he's gonna charge you 30.
Dude, I had a guy who had a bunch of my dad's cards on eBay, but he didn't have combined shipping. So I messaged him, was like, hey, dude, I'll buy all of them, every single one you have. But can you give me combined shipping? It's my dad. Didn't respond to me.
Coward.
Loser.
Absolute dork.
Anytime I go to a card show, I try and buy
Weenie
all
Hut
of his
Jr.
cards.
I was looking. I tried. It's not a lot of 70s players, and if they were, it was more like
Or and stuff.
Pretty much just Boston players.
Bill Esposito.
Yeah.
Number 1 in your number 7 in your books and number 1 in your hats.
My final thought is, I've talked about it before. Summer Games Done Quick is happening starting on Sunday, June 30th. They do a lot of great fundraising. They speed run games. I love watching it. They basically stream nonstop through the morning. So go check it out. If you want to donate, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. They do awesome things. Like on Thursday, there is a dog. His name is Peanut Butter, and he's going to be trying to win a game of Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball on the SNES. Someone trains his dog to play video games, to hit a button. It's really cool. Peanut Butter's a hero. So check it out. It's a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
Do we know
PSA
if
6.5 for $30?
Do we know if our friends from Tape to Tape will be there this year?
They will not. Typically, you don't see, unless it's a major game like Mario 64. Like, you don't really see a lot of that. I think that they really showcase what they had last year. I'm looking through like all the indie games too. Yeah, and I mean they have like Undertale Yellow, like Dishonored, like Astral Chain.
Who charges $40 in shipping? Like what? Like I don't understand.
Me.
Why?
Trying to get it on the screen, but I can't figure it out. There we go. Right there. That guy right there.
Commerce. Shipping and handling fees. Emotional distress fees.
$40.
Yeah, sometimes 8-ounce card just weighs 5 pounds. Can't help it.
8. Look, Wabba, an 8. It's the same guy. It looks exact same as the card that Pez bought. You can get an 8 of my dad for $59.99 US. Yeah, you ain't getting that from me, dude. It's not gonna happen.
I'm gonna see what I can do. Oh, there it is. Maybe I can just get it graded. Find one that isn't graded and send it off.
And then there's the guy that made the custom card of my dad in a Boston Bruins jersey. I think I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna send him an offer.
There we go.
One he can't refuse.
$8 Canadian.
I'm gonna give you one toonie.
Folks, if you had fun and you like toonies, make sure to follow us at youtube.com/3dads-on-a-console. You can also check out some awesome articles that we've written at 3dadsconsole.com. Thank you, folks, very much for your time and attention. Please make sure to rate us 5 stars. Go Bruins. Check out the draft. And get ready for some awesome video game news coming soon, especially now that we know the Dino one is coming on Friday. Excited. All right, bye, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode. See you next week. Love you. Bye. Say it back.
Bye.